If you, as an observer, have seen that, look, even if you're going to be going through the process, this process doesn't seem to have been fair, doesn't he have a right to lash out in the way that he's lashing out?
Well, I don't think that that's the proper way to manage the situation in the court. And this is not the first time that we see, Nnamdi Kanu in that frame. So not that I'm surprised, but I want to keep an eye on the focus that, look, the way and manner they are treating the Nnamdi Kanu case, it is not fair. It is not fair. The guy is entitled, and the legal system must give him a fair process. And we need to see that process is fair. You can't have different rules, and say that up today, down tomorrow. No, that's not fair. And everybody, that is committed to the rule of law in this country should speak out and say that, no, you cannot treat Nnamdi Kanu that way. Now, we're not saying that you give him a get out of jail free card, no. But we are saying that let him go through the process, but let him go through the process fairly, in a transparent way that all of us can see is independent.
All right, guys. Thank God Nigerians are now speaking up. This one that is talking here, now Yoruba man. So when you listen to him, you will understand that he's an Yoruba person. You get. The injustice is just too much. Nnamdi Kanu is frustrated, and that is why he performed that drama in the court, just to let them know that, say, I am not a dropout, I know this law. How can you be turning your law upside down when it comes to Nnamdi Kanu? And another question I want to ask, is it the same Nigerian court that gave the judgment that he should be released, he should also be compensated, that no court in Nigeria should try him? Let's see this.
Its judgment discharging Mr. Nnamdi Kanu of the 6-count charge of terrorism on the grounds that the trial court lacked the jurisdiction to entertain the charges against him. The court held that an unlawful and extraordinary rendition without adherence to due process of the law is a gross violation of all international conventions, protocols and treaties that Nigeria is signatory to, as well as a breach of the appellant's fundamental human rights. The Appellate Court holds that the federal government failed to controvert the allegation that the IPOB leader was abducted in Kenya and brought back to Nigeria without extradition proceeding. The court further adds that the government was ominously silent on the issue, which is described as very pivotal in determining whether the trial court would still have the jurisdiction to continue with the criminal proceeding before it. The court also notes that Nigeria is a signatory to African Union Convention, which it ratified on April 28, 2022, as well as the Charter on Human and People's Rights, which it said prescribed how a wanted person could be transferred from one country to another through an extradition request, which must be in writing with a statement indicating offences for which a person is wanted. The Appellate Court held that the government's action tainted the entire proceeding it initiated against Mr. Nnamdi Kanu and amounted to an abuse of criminal prosecution in general. Although the counsel to the federal government left the court immediately after the judgment, the lawyer to Mr. Kanu reacts to the judgment.
There was one fundamental issue on which the court today anchored this judgment, this intermediate court. And that is that the lower court never evaluated the mountain of evidence placed before it regarding the forceful capture, kidnap, torture, and extraordinary rendition of Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya back to Nigeria on the 26th of June, 2021.
Now the question now is, why this? Why are they still holding him? Nigerians. It's high time Nigerian government should do the right thing. Watching what happened in court on Monday shows that this country is finished. I want you to also watch this.
I asked him to do himself. Why did the chief judge insist I must write? He left my case. No, I cannot. Because I have a court order. I have a court order. You have released yourself. I have a court order. Anybody who disagrees with this order of court, go ahead. He did something in my case. I accused him. He was functus official. I asked him to recuse himself. Why did the chief judge not insist I must hear it? He left my case.
Okay, listen. If anybody is not happy with this, then you need to go and appeal.
No, I cannot. Because I have a court order. I have a court order. You have released yourself. I have a court order. Anybody who disagrees with this order of court, go to appeal court. That's what you tell me all the time. You are functus official. You cannot preside over this case number again. Not in this life. You cannot. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. Agomolo here cannot force this court to preside on my case. You cannot. Not today, not till forever. You are recused and you stand recused. Tell the chief judge, Nnamdi Kanu said, go on appeal. I recused him from my case. The state recused Justice Adema from my case. I did not insist Adema must hear my case. I never insisted. So why must you insist to hear my case? I don't want you in my case. I don't need you in my case. You are biased. You are biased. You cannot be in my case. Agomolo should do the right thing. A chairman of the board of bankers prosecution is impropriety. Nowhere in the world such nonsense stop. You cannot be hobnobbing with lawyers, hobnobbing with justices, and you're prosecuting a case. It's shameful. Absolutely shameful. Shameful. This is not a court of law. This is a shrine to injustice. And I will not subject myself to it. You stand recused and you must take my case. You cannot try me. This man is not paying attention. There is an order of recusal, and he's a senior advocate, for goodness sake. There's an order of recusal. Is that not the rule of law? The law says if you disagree with this, you go and appeal. You are a grown-up man. Because of 300 million, you're behaving like a child. Go and appeal. Because of money. Because of money they're paying you from ATM surface, you are here standing as smoking evil. Because of money. A grown-up man like you, you say you have to want to behave like a man of honor. The rule of law says you go and appeal. His Lordship Peter Yeko will not try my case. Not on this planet Earth, I'm telling you that now. So stop wasting your time.
Look at paradise, as I said, the issue of the past that the defendant has indicated that he will not make a formal application. I apply that the Lordship was a safety day for hearing.
You are not well. You are not well. I'm telling you, this is what I'm not well. This is an order of court. An order of court says Justice Binta Nyako is recused. An order of court. Order she made as an order. The same Chief Justice writing the stupid memo he's writing. I recused him. He was functus official. He sat on appeal. I took him to NJC. I recused him. Why did he not say I must sit on your case? Why in the case of his lordship is he insisting? He wants to embarrass her. He wants to embarrass your lordship by asking her to come and sit on this case. Is that what you're saying? There's an order of, give it to him, he doesn't have it. Give him an order of court. It's an order of court. Give it to him. He doesn't have it. An order, give it, he doesn't have it. It's an order of court. It's an order of court.
I don't take your permission to address you.
Let me tell
the defendant that in every sin life, there's need for wisdom. And wisdom is very important in this matter.
And tell him lies.
It is not right for you to be insulting the teacher.
If you insult yourself, I will insult you. If you have no respect for yourself, I will insult you. Because you people are telling the law, when it comes to Nnamdi Kanu, you turn the law upside down. The law says one thing, if the law says this paper is white, when I go to court, they say it's black. When I say it's black, they say it's white. Is that law? I'm asking you, a senior advocate of Nigeria, is that law? Is the memo from Chief Judge, is memo from Chief Judge sufficient to set aside a court order? The answer is no. Why do you want to change the law in my own case? His Lordship, Justice Binta Nyako, stand recused in my case. Cannot try me. Why don't you get it? Giving you a definite date for trial so you can do your mathematics you always do. People without shame. I have here before me for the benefit of Chief Awomolo because it seems he doesn't know the law. So I will tell him. This is national judicial policy of this country. Please give them a copy each. National judicial policy of Nigeria. National judicial policy. I will tell you what it says. Because you don't know, I will tell you. Talking about memo from the Chief Judge of the High Court. Judicial policy of Nigeria. 1C. I'm reading. Robert. In the performance of judicial functions, the judge is subject only to the law and must only consider the law. The rule of law in every common law jurisdiction in the world is that once an order of court is entered, the only way to set it aside is by going on appeal. That's the rule of law. So the senior advocate, you don't know. I will go to see. A judge must not take or attempt to take orders or instructions of any kind from anyone, even the chief judge, from anybody that may influence his decisions in the performance of judicial function. It means that his lordship, having entered an order of court, a decision between myself and her,